Good morning BSS World. This is Wiktor Doktór and this is my podcast, the episode number 16. Yes, this is already the 16th time when we are meeting together and where I am sharing with you some updates from the BSS industry. So far I was rather focusing on one specific topic, but I decided to have a little bit changes in the formula of those podcasts. Why? Because weekly episodes are not very frequent, so if something happens only once per week, so it's good to focus on a little bit wider overview of what is happening in outsourcing, in shared services, and in the more modern business services which are all around us. We are now facing a little bit different situation than as usual due to coronavirus, and about that I am going to share with you some updates in a moment. But before I do that, I'd like to mention to you that besides this podcast, I am also recording the other one. The name of it is BSS Bez Tajemnic, which in English means BSS with no secrets. And this podcast is recorded on daily basis, and I'm focusing over there on various topics related specifically to Poland and to what is happening in outsourcing industry in Poland and all around. Since 2 weeks it is also being translated to Ukrainian, so all my Ukrainian viewers on YouTube are more than welcome to switch on the transcription to Ukrainian and you can read what I'm talking about in Polish. Okay. Let's move to this, what is happening in the BSS industry. I mentioned the coronavirus issue. I'm more than sure that all of you are facing this problem. This is a big challenge for the business and of course for the modern business services industry as well. In Poland, where there is over 1,000 operation centers who are either run by international companies or by Polish entities who have decided to support international business from Poland with various services like accounting, like payroll, like call contact center services, or even marketing or legal services, are now moved to home offices. Unfortunately, this situation is most probably going to last a little bit longer because this is not later but like 2 days ago our government has announced that schools are going to be closed till Easter. So it means that till April 10th, 2020. It means that most of the businesses most probably are also going to be recommended to work from home. If it's going to be like that, we will see in the next few days, but I am rather convinced that this is going the new reality which we are going to face in various businesses. But when it comes to the BSS industry, so to the BPO companies, to the shared services companies, most of them actually did quite well. It was quite fast to move, if not all, the majority of work to the home office areas. I have spoken to a number of managers representing these businesses, and they have mentioned that nearly 100% of their staff were equipped with PCs or laptops and internet connection at their homes, and now they are working in such different environment. So this is not, of course, the rule which applies to all of the businesses, because some of the operation centers were completely not prepared for that and now are recovering after the first week of unusual situation. I keep my fingers crossed for those companies because implementing fast way to work from home is quite easy. Of course, it means a lot of logistics in the very beginning, but it can be managed and it can be done. So I keep my fingers crossed for those companies to adopt to this new situation very, very fast. But as mentioned, this is not a rule for the whole industry. Most of the operation centers are already fixed when it comes to this various strange situation. Okay, let's move forward. Before I tell you anything, I'd like to mention that links to all of the elements which I'm mentioning here, so like links to reports or news or updates, are going to be available in the description of this podcast. So either if you are a listener on one of the podcast platforms or you are a viewer on the YouTube, you will find the links to this, what I'm going to share with you in a moment. Okay, so let's start. Last week which was the third week of March 2020, the new report about Katowice was released. The name of this report is Focus on Katowice, and this is prepared by Pro Progressio Foundation, where within this report you can find valuable information about the business environment of the city of Katowice. Katowice is the biggest city in the Silesia region in Poland, which is already very well recognized by BPO and SSC industry, very well located between Krakow and Wrocław, so on the south of Poland, with its own airport, with quite big pool of the office buildings and of course access to the talent pool. So within that Focus on Katowice report you can find all of the details about unemployment rate, about the real estate market, about talent pool, about companies who already are present over there, and many more. The report is available in English and in Polish, and it's free of charge to be downloaded from Pro Progressio web pages. So I encourage you to take a look on this report if you are considering Katowice as your location for your operation center. One day earlier, which was March 18th, the 51st issue of Outsourcing and More was released. Outsourcing and More is a magazine which is available in Europe in Polish and in English, and it's released on bi-monthly basis since 8 years already. So this magazine is delivering you a lot of valuable information about what is happening in the business support services industry, including reports, including interviews, including various publications where you can find information from companies who are providing services, from real estate industry, from HR agencies, but also from the cities and the countries. In English version of Outsourcing and More, you can find updates from such countries like Ukraine or Lithuania, for example. So I encourage you to download this free of charge magazine, which is currently the only one released in Europe on the bi-monthly basis in Polish and in English. And you can expect there about 100 pages of valuable content, so you can download it at any time you like. Let's move to another interesting publication. I already told you about Katowice and about the Focus on Katowice report, which was released by Pro Progressio, but it wasn't the only one which actually was issued within the last few days. Another one was prepared by Cushman & Wakefield Real Estate Agency, and they have focused on the real estate industry when it comes to the offices environment. So office buildings, office infrastructure, and the report named Market Beat is available since few days, and it's also free of charge to be downloaded from Cushman & Wakefield web pages, and I will share with you the link to the description of this report as well. Okay. Colliers International, this is another real estate agency who has focused this time not on Katowice but on Lublin. Lublin is a very fast developing city in the eastern Poland where a lot of BPO, SSC but also call contact center and IT companies are already present. They have their operation centers running and providing services in many languages, providing various types of services. So Colliers International, together with the city of Lublin, have prepared this very interesting information where you can find not only information about business but also about life environment in the city of Lublin. More this kind of news, more this kind of reports and information you can find on Outsourcing Portal web pages. Outsourcing Portal is the web platform where on daily basis companies and agencies, but also the cities, are sharing information which is interesting from the perspective of modern business services. So I encourage you to visit Outsourcing Portal web platform where you can find a lot of other information. And if you are representing outsourcing company, shared service business, or any institution which is connected with this industry, feel free to contact Outsourcing Portal and share your content, because this is the platform which is prepared to do so for you. Okay, let's move to another section, which are events. Probably you are very much aware that events now are forbidden to take place, which means that you cannot group in the groups of 10, 20, 50, 100,000 people to share your know-how, share your knowledge. So what happens? The situation forced this business to move online, and of course there are some events which are already prepared as webinars, for example, or the online conferences. In Poland and in Polish language there is quite a lot of them available at the moment, but I would like to share with you information about about two webinars which are going to take place in the coming week. Both of them are going to be run by Krzysztof Herdzik, who is the business support services expert. He is very much experienced manager when it comes to the management of shared service centers and BPO centers, but currently is independent consultant who is analyzing and sharing a lot of valuable information when it comes to management, HR, and also operations area of shared service centers and BPO centers. So Krzysztof Herdzik on the day of March 24th is going to run a webinar titled How to Engage Employees in Shared Service Center, and this webinar is going to last for more or less about an hour, where you can find out the research output which Krzysztof has run within the last few weeks. And the second webinar which I mentioned is also run by Krzysztof Herdzik, and it's going to be present on March 26th. But to this one I am not going to share with you the link directly. Why? Because this one is only for the senior managers from BPO and shared service industry. If you would like to join this webinar, then please contact me and I will share you the direct link. But I already underline here that this is only for the senior managers from BPO and shared services. So if you are such person, then I am happy to share with you this link, and then you will have access to webinar where Krzysztof is going to share with us information coming from China after the coronavirus major part which took place over there, and how Chinese business, how Chinese operation centers dealt with that situation. So very fresh and valuable information on March 26th. Email me and I will share with you the direct link to this webinar. Okay. Let's move to another part, which are the regular conferences. If you are the shared service center representative or the BPO representative, most probably events organized by SSON are not new for you. So as always, SSON is organizing Shared Services and Outsourcing Week in Lisbon, but so far this event was mostly organized in the period between April and June. Due to the coronavirus, it is moved to September. So mark your calendars on the dates of September 8th and September 11th. And this is a period where the SSOW, Shared Services and Outsourcing Week, is going to take place. I will also share with you the direct link so you can find out over there what is the planned agenda for this year's forum. Okay. I think this is it for today, so thank you very much for being with me. I hope you like this new formula. I will do my best to collect for you a lot of information which will appear during the week and then share it with you on Sunday of the following week. What you can expect is information about reports, about news, about interesting stories, but also about webinars and events which are planned to be organized either online or in the regular world once we leave our home offices. Okay, so thank you for this. My name is Wiktor Doktór. This is the Good Morning BSS World podcast, and I hope to have you online next week. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.